During the late 70s and throughout the 80s, motorcycle manufacturers came up with some interesting designs and technology both for racing and for street use. Some of these were successful, while others were better left at the conception stage. Honda was one of these manufacturers that decided to try something different. In 1977, Honda decided that they wanted to re-enter GP racing after they exited the sport in 1967. Honda being Honda, they insisted entering GP with a 4-stroke when most manufacturers were running high-revving 2-strokes that put out way more power. But Honda believed in racing what they sold, and they sold 4-strokes. In order for them to be competitive, they knew they were going to have to get creative. Unfortunately, due to GP rules at the time, engines were restricted to 500 cc's and 4 combustion chambers, so increasing the number of pistons or the size of the engine was out of the question. Or was it? To get around this rule and to increase the power of the bikes, Honda came up with an engine utilizing 4 oval pistons. This allowed them to increase the number of valves per cylinder from 4 to 8. More valves mean higher flow in and out of the combustion chamber, increasing the engine's horsepower and torque. Essentially, Honda was able to create an engine with the benefits of a V8 while keeping within the rules of no more than 4 combustion chambers and with a displacement of 500 cc's. In 1979, Honda went racing with their NR 500. But it never really lived up to the success that Honda was hoping for. The bikes were plagued with issues, prompting journalists at the time to refer to the NR 500 as the Never Ready. After much refinement, Honda was able to get the performance they were looking for out of the bikes. The last versions of the NR 500 were producing up to 130 horsepower at just over 20,000 RPMs. By 1982, Honda decided to abandon the NR 500 project and went on and designed the NS 500. It was a 2-stroke to compete in the Grand Prix series from the 1982 season. In 1983 and 1984, Honda worked on a 250cc V-twin with oval pistons that utilized a supercharger, but this engine never saw production. All hope wasn't lost. In 1985, the engine's oval piston design lived on, as Honda started development of a new engine. The displacement was increased to 750 cc's and the NR 750 was born. In 1987, the NR 750 made its debut in 3 brief appearances in some endurance races, but again, the bike never really took off. In 1991, Honda made a last-ditch, bold move and announced they would produce a road-going version of the NR 750 for the 1992 model year. At the time, the NR 750 was the most expensive bike on the market. Due to its low production numbers of around 300 and the technology they used, The NR 750 sold in 1992 for about $50,000. Think about that for a second. In 1992, a brand new Acura NSX, or Honda, depending upon where you're from, had a sticker price of $60,000. Just $10,000 more than an NR 750. In today's market, these bikes rarely change hands, and when they do, they often go for over 100,000 US dollars, and they're only going to continue to go up. I have personally never seen one, but if I was given the opportunity to ride one, I wouldn't turn it down. The NR 750 is one of the bikes that's on my bucket list, along with the likes of the 78 Kawasaki Z1 RTC and the 94 Harley-Davidson VR 1000.